back, guys. Happy New Year. It's me, Sora Bell. Um, Sorry I had to take the last couple of weeks off, but the holidays do just kind of be the holidays. I'm sure you guys understand. But yeah, we're back. Getting things into the swing. I made a slight adjustment to the schedule. It's a small one. The days are still the same. The start time is still the same, but I didn't put in an end time just because I didn't know. Depending on my job, I might not be able to go as long on certain days as I originally planned to midnight. Um, but it's not really gonna change anything. Like on days I'll probably still end up going that long anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about it. But yeah, I am back to be with you. Happy to be with you guys. We made 800 subscribers since our last upload, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I'm still kind of getting over the sickness that I had, but it's a lot better. It's a lot better. I don't have to worry about like coughing into the mic as much, but I'm still working my way through all that. So yeah, without further ado, we can get back to the game. I guess the story, right? This is more of a story-driven one than an actual game, but hey, I am just happy to finally learn more about this game. Even though I already know the story, but I figured we could play the first chapter, and depending on how things go, maybe we'll do the rest. I don't know if I'll do all of them. There's a lot, so to say I'd play all of them at one time, we'll probably jump back in and out as we go throughout the story and the parts. Just especially because of fatigue, right? Like I don't think anybody would want me to play this for that long on end. So yeah, let's continue with the save data. I don't seem to see. Oh, I have a quick save right here. Okay, this seems to be it. Yeah, all right. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one grade. There was only one class. The class encompasses all different grades and ages. That sounds crazy, by the way. Let me put it on auto. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building and they had an actual separate class. However, it seems something happened that made it a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. It was such a lively mood. It felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. That sounds a lot better than actual school. You should get to chill out a lot more. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door, so I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Heh. Yeah, you were about to get punked. Too bad I wasn't gonna fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You mean for this to be a test of my skills? Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Rena. It's dangerous. She's here. Huh? It's obviously a prank. And then Satoko is... Her name was Satoko Hojo. Okay, for those who already know this story, this character, they really... Oh man. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over that. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Satoko. A haughty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kei-chan. I guess... Oh my god, I said the thing. I guess that means you win this round. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Satoko liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape. No time to relax. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit on the blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. Nah, bro, she got you. She's got plans. That's what Satoko was after, making me focus my attention upward. So I lifted my hand to open the door. There were thumbtacks stuck into the sliding door handle with tape, a frightening trap, a potent and terrifying trap, concealed by using the blackboard eraser. That's crazy. An impressive combination. Imagine if somebody did that and just like stabbed himself. But in the end, nothing more than that trivial machinations of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realized she had me hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. Kay, watch out! Instinctively reacting to Mion's shrill warning, I twisted my body in midair before I hit the floor. An inkstone filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation I had landed square on it. She's precious, but she's also she's an animal. Oh, not yet. My, what do we have here? A fair morning to you, Ichi. Aren't we a lively one this morning? Still sprawl. Oh, damn it, I missed that part. That was a setup from your usual trap, Satoko. I haven't the faintest idea of what you mean. You're quite unlucky this morning. You little... Ow, wow, wow. Ow, wow, wow, wow. It seemed I inadvertently sprayed my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on an inkstone. Ah, the real main character. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Pain go away. The small dainty hand. Man, you didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do. It's the thought that counts. I might have to slow this down a little bit. Yeah, thanks, Rika. The pain's going away. Good morning, Rika. Yeah, we're not doing the monorifics. I already told you guys. A good morning to you all. Rika greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Rana, Mian, and I all bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I'm the very model of a good girl. You are fucking lying. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof? I picked up Satoko by the back of her collar. Looks like a misbehaving cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. Try saying that if you won't say it. I caught my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead. Or I think it's forehead? I don't know. I'm against violence. You don't even have them proof. Just so you know, my forehead oh, okay, yeah, I was right. Really hurts. It can split plywood right in half. Alright, so I was right, but let me see if I can slow things down a little bit. Maybe this would be a little bit easier. Stop. Get away from me, you beast. Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. It doesn't bother me. You mustn't cry, Satoko. Keep on fighting, yeah? Rika gently petted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess those two are the same age. Nah, you wouldn't. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika. Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. See, she's contributing to the problem. As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. Satoko was crying. So cute. So cute. I'm sorry. So cute. You can't take them home. Oh, but they're so cute. You can't, no matter how cute they are. But just for a bit, it's fine. Is fine? Rena kept a cutesy face even as an outrageous idea spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to keep things and always tried to take them home. Object or person? Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. I mean, yeah. Thanks for that, I guess. I didn't know. Then I can just look. Just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Rena swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rena into the authorities. Forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. Care packages. The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. Satoko, that inkstone is yours, right? Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtack stuck to the door handle were an even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedlam from before had been neatly tidied up. Ha! We made it in time. Rise, attention. Mion gave out the morning commands. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally, she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being in the highest grade in class, ends up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. Yeah, but they're trying, right? As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies. Kind of the downside of having classes that aren't skewed to individual progression. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi. Easy to understand. Rena took a breather after finishing that last problem, I guess is what it said. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. Yes, being able to teach something isn't the same thing as being able to learn it. They say that to teach someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. While you're teaching, you're getting in your own practice. In contrast, this person over here is quite laissez-faire about things. For one, she isn't supposed to be a higher grade than me. but she is. Sort of. Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on with these marks. It's not like I'm aiming to go to a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I can pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams a little at a time. Her staunch defiance was something else. This was a different type of relax than somebody who had already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams. Michan, Keiichi's doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rena. Sure you guys get accepted into a good school. What? Thanks so much. Especially you, Rena. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons? A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rena's head. Exactly what kind of private lessons is she fantasizing about that makes her turn so red? I'd like to hear the play-by-play about the next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into university. So you study just to get into university? Well, yeah, basically. While knowing that this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out here, you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study equals entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That is right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam. If anyone needs to can get into university, then there's no need to be all uptight about this stuff, right? Well, that's true, but you should at least know stuff that's common knowledge. This is a lot slower than the anime, but I guess it makes sense. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. See if I can. I don't want to manually pick up the pace because then I won't be able to read it. Okay, we're done. It's our wonderful lunchtime. In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the commands that sing them the end of the morning period. Keiichi, let's have lunch. I might have been making a very troubled face. Rena smiled brightly at me. All right. Let's see. There seemed to be different cliques, even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different, and we had both boys and girls, but we weren't reserved around each other. I mean, I think you'll have one boy, and then everyone else is girls. But the age difference is true. But we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me happy. Rena and Mion pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rika were slowly lugging their desk overs as well. Keiichi, hurry. Rena waved her chopsticks in a refined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone else was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Keiichi, lunchbox is the most assertly filled with nothing but bread crusts like some sort of destitute plebeian. Why don't you just show it to us? Come on. Damn. Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, Representative Me, please give this wrangle to start. At first, this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends. Let's see. That's the sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compare that to girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everyone was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mia noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today? Sir Keiichi? Okay. My, isn't Madame Satoko's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into the fight that Satoko was starting our chopsticks locked in a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. My, how delicious. Oh, this taro is good. What the hell is that? The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile. I saved some dinner from last night. By the way, Satoko and Rika-chan's oh god, I did it again. Lunches are always the same. I should add a counter every time I slip up and read one of the honorifics. It seems that Rika makes it for both of them every day. Rika made this too. These taste like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan's just good at this sort of thing. She's really good at sewing laundry and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing. Rika's quite exceptional in many ways. Oh, that's nothing for you to boast about. Rena's actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? Well, you know, it seemed that the topic of conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rena's lunch really was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made it a lot this time. It's good, I hope. It's got high marks from me. Ah, Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reached out trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika reached over at the same time and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoved in mouth after mouthful while praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rena, but Rena seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. How did you like it? Isn't Rena-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiichi. I said that's nothing for you to boast about. You're not too much different from Kei, Satoko. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? One's white and one's green. Satoko's face went pale. Hey, even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know. Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Keiichi, both taste good when they boiled and topped with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her. Me too. Rena tried to follow up, but Mion laughed haughty as she drew closer to Satoko. Well, just pretend it's a little home ec lesson then, Satoko. What's this? Mion lifted up her chopsticks. Between them was a piece of green fluff wrapped in bacon. But that's a Mion made eye contact with me, and within seconds, I had Rika-chan's mouth sealed. Ah, fuck. Holding a piece of bacon wrapped asparagus and giving her two choices. She's pretty terrible. The yellow one is cauliflower. No, wait. The green one is cauliflower. So, probably the yellow one is broccoli and the blue one is cauliflower, but the green one is, yeah, she has no idea. Do you really know which is which? How about you just give up? I expect nothing less from the class representative. The oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. Then answer the question. I know. And then she starts crying. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Ha! Shoot. Rena entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. Rena was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheeks against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile. Rena, Mia's picking on me. It's okay, Rena. We'll take care of those. Yeah, see, I'm not saying that. Rena will take care of those bad people who tease my little sister. Boof and man. It was like a flash of lightning. What? What was that just now? Both of Rena's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mia and I were sprawled, spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mia and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm striking distance of Rena. See, Satoko, I took care of them. I want to take you home. Making sure Rena couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all, using Rena like a puppet. Yeah, you got played. Rika massaged our bruises without saying a word. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. Hey Keiichi, tomorrow do you have any plans or anything? Or anything? She says anything or anything twice. Huh? It was such a direct question for Rena. I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Because it's probably not a date. Rena saw me lost for words and realized that I had misunderstood and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that. You see... So apparently, that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Ren is in a panic, I went along with it a little. It wasn't meant that way. Huh? Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning objection. Keiichi, why are you so disappointed? Why? Meech? I'm not gonna say it. Unable to hold it back any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see, this old geezer never knew you could just push her buttons like that. Old geezer. Huh? What? What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach, while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding. Sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one. Huh? A joke? Since when? Since about halfway through. Halfway? That means you weren't acting when you were blushing, when you blushed at the start. Huh? That means... It was only a momentary laugh, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by. Well, you see, saying anything more was like a bad idea. It was my bewildered state. I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. I like the art a lot. So while we were asking if I was free tomorrow, Rena. Huh? Oh, what were you talking about? It had been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Mion was teasing. How long Mion teased me. It's just Keiichi. You probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself, can you? That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times, we were like playing pin the tail on the donkey. I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here. It is kind of a mountain town, to be completely honest with you, though. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. Besides back and forth from school, yes. So you see, tomorrow we're thinking that me-chan and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around. That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. I also said an honorific again. I would not have a counter of how many times I messed that up. I'll come, of course. If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as to not give a clear yes or no. Well, yeah, you're trying to play the game. I understand. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front. Keiichi, you're not free, perhaps? Perhaps? While Mion and I had our rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Forgive me. I apologize. I'm free. Great. The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to Rena, isn't there? It seemed Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. Can't say I disagree. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the 2 of us tomorrow. Leave grumpy old Mion behind. Huh? Whoa, if Keiichi's okay with that, then I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Maebara. It'd be great if the 2 of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rena? If we're bringing a basket, I'll make all the food. Maybe. Don't you ignore me too, Rena. I'll tell everyone that you 2 disappeared into the hotel district together. That's crazy. Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it. She smacked the crap out of her. Tomorrow's gonna be so fun. Later, Keiichi. Me. Bye. Rena bounced off like she was walking on the moon. Rena's so precious. After the dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion, sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. I mean, she asked for it. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this would end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the result might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. Probably not. You can't lose to Rena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Kay, you should. This old geezer will root for you. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. All she's doing is just slapping you guys, but you guys are just so, like, free. that she gets away with it. It is kind of funny when you put it that way. Sorry if there were audio issues. I don't know if there were, but I'm sorry if there were. I hope there aren't. So I can only hope. You've received new tips. We're in mixed grade. We don't have a uniform. Let's see. I don't know what tips are, but nothing wrong with saving. End of chapter 1. Okay. Nice. Might as well look at the tips. Leave new tips. What's this ominous music for? Holy crap. We're a mixed grade. Just clicking on them do anything? I do have to. I don't know. I think I read this already. Let's go back. Wait. I just wanted to see how the tips worked. But I'm pretty sure we read all that already, so it's not like it was adding anything, right? Oh. Well, don't pick start. I think start means new game. You have to click continue. I've never played one of these type of games before, so okay. Well, since we made it to the end of chapter 1, I think this will be a good place to end this episode. Ah, see, here we go. This is how we view tips, and we view and we can jump into chapters. I wonder how many there are, though. That's the only thing. Hope there aren't too many. All right, but yeah, I think this is a good place to end this episode. So if you guys are enjoying this, it's a bit different, but I figured I wanted to try something different and see how it performs. I am enjoying it. It's nice. It's a lot slower than I expected it to be completely honest, but I guess it makes sense that it's this slow. I wish it had voice acting, but at the end, I guess at that point we'd basically be watching an anime together, you know. Maybe that would be a better idea. Who knows? But I'm enjoying this for what it is. Tomorrow I will be streaming more Pokemon Rejuvenation. So yeah, I hope you guys stop by, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, have a good one. Take care, and bye.